Hello all, I am Dr. Vishwanath Pai Murur and I will be doing sessions on Python. To work with Python, we need to install Python in our systems. And Python package is available in python.org. So let me now go to python.org. Let me open that python.org. It's opening up. So I have to install, as I said, Python in my system, and I will be using Windows platform. So depending upon the platform on which you are working, you have to download the corresponding Python package. So I'll be going to Downloads tab, and as I said, I'm working with Windows platform. So I'll just click on to Windows to find out the different releases available for Windows, and depending upon the configurations on which you are working, you can download accordingly. And I will be using Python 3 instead of Python 2 in my sessions. So I'm just downloading that. So it's downloaded now. You can see this, it's downloaded. Python 3.8.2.exe is downloaded, and now I will use this executable file to install Python in my system. Once it gets installed, I can start working with Python. Let's start with the small introduction of Python. So what is Python? Python is an interpreted high-level programming language for general purpose programming, created by Guido van Rossum, and it was first released in 1991. Python, why? Syntax of Python allows programmers to express concepts in fewer lines of code than possible in languages such as C++ or Java. Python also has a large and comprehensive standard library. That's why different types of applications can be developed in using Python. Python supports more than one programming paradigm, including object-oriented and structured programming. Python is an interpreted language, so does not need any explicit compilation step. Python interpreters are available for many operating systems, allowing Python code to run on a wide variety of systems. Python provides an interactive mode in which user can submit commands at the Python prompt and interact with interpreter directly. So you can see in this particular captured window. So Python is invoked. I just gave Python and enter I opened up this command prompt and entered Python, and I have got here Python interactive Python prompt here. So here I have just given a is equal to 55 and pressed enter, and here I wanted to know what is the type of a, just an example. So it says it's of type int. So this is how I can directly speak to Python interpreter at the Python prompt. So let's see what are the different general characteristics of Python. Python has all the features and constructs of object-oriented programming language with few high-level built-in data types. We're going to look at all those different data types. Code is compiled to bytecode and executed because it's an interpreted language. Python has a design philosophy which emphasizes code readability, notably using whitespace indentation to delimit code blocks rather than curly braces or keywords. You can just look at this particular program here. This is the while statement, and in that while statement I have I have got two statements, print and n, and I haven't used here any curly braces, or I don't even have begin or end keywords also. So indentations are given so as to identify the statements fall in which specific block. Python enables us to write clear logical applications for small as well as large tasks. Now let's look at the general syntaxes of Python. As most of the programming languages allows to create identifiers. So there are different types of rules to create identifiers. It can be capital A to Z, lowercase a to z, digits 0 to 9, and special characters we can use only underscores. And names of the identifiers must begin with a letter or underscore. Identifiers and names are case sensitive. Length of the identifiers can be unlimited. Variables in Python do not have type, but the values have types. That means I need not have to declare a variable with the specific type. As you have seen there, you can just look at this. I have just given a is equal to 55. I haven't said what is the type of this particular variable a. Here also we just have allocated, we have initialized variable n with 0. We haven't said what is the type of the variable n. Statement separator is a semicolon, but is only needed when there is more than one statement on a line. You can just look at this. I don't have semicolon at the end of this particular statement, but if I have n is equal to n plus 1, this statement in this particular line, then I should have a semicolon. But we shouldn't use two statements in one line. And continuation lines, a backslash at last character of the line makes the following line a continuation of the current line. You can just look at this particular program which I have shown here. Here webbrowser.get, you have got a huge large statement and it cannot be completed in one single line. So I have used here backslash, and this is the part of this statement only. But I am writing these two, I am using these two lines to complete one single statement. So I have used here backslash. And to comment, I have used here hash. So everything after hash on a line is ignored as it is considered as comment. So this particular program I have written to open a website invoking web browser. So this is a Python program to open a website using a web browser. I have used in this case Chrome, but I can use any web browsers. Okay, so this is all about the general introduction about Python. Now let us start with submitting individual Python instructions to Python interpreter interactively. So to invoke Python interpreter, at the command prompt I am typing Python and pressing enter. Okay, T is missing there, so I just type Python Python. Okay, now Python interpreter is invoked, and now let us begin with assigning different values to variables. I'll be assigning different types of data to the variable, but as you can see, I'm not going to specify any data type to any of the variables I'm going to use. Okay, now let me assign some value to a variable. So to begin with, I will assign integer quantity to a variable, say a. Variable a I have assigned 30, and I'll see what is the value assigned to a now. So it shows 30, and I just want to see the type of that particular variable. So it is showing it is int. Now let me take a real quantity, and let me assign that real quantity to it. So I'll say 30.5. So I'll check the value. So it is 30.5, it is assigned. So now I want to see the type of that particular variable B. So you must have observed now that I'm straight away using the variable and I'm not specifying which is the data type. So I'm just assigning the value. By looking at that particular value, the data type is understood. Okay, so I can also assign some complex number to a variable. So I'll just have 5 plus say 6j. Now I just want to see the value of the variable C. It's showing 5 plus 6j. So I just want to see the type of the variable C also. So complex. So now I have assigned value 30 to variable A, value 30.5 to its a real value to the variable B, and I have also used complex type of variable. Now I can also perform different types of operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So let me just try one of the operation. So I can have say D is equal to A plus B. Okay, and let's see what is the value. It's showing 60.5. Okay, so what is the value of A? A is 30. What is the value of B? B is 30.5. So A plus B, 30 plus 30.5. It is showing 60.5. Now let me see what is the type of the variable D. Okay, so it is showing real, float, because one of the value was float. Similarly, I can find out the power of a specific number. So let me try that. I will have say E equal to A raised to 2. So for which I'll use 2 stars. Then I will say 2. So let me just see the value of E. So 900 it is. So I just want to find the type of the variable E. Okay. So this is how I can give individual instructions and see the result. I can also work with the files. I can write sequence of instructions in a file, and I can execute that particular file. Now to come out of this Python prompt, I just have to type in exit, open bracket, close bracket. It's parenthesis. So now I'm back. So I'm back at the command prompt. Okay. So now let us try with some of the files here. So I have here. Let me just check some files I have here. Let me just look at. Okay, I have here one particular file while-loop.py. So let me just try that. So for which I just have to type in Python and while-loop.py. So this particular program I'll show you. I just show you how to execute a program which is written in Python using the Python prompt here. So you can just look at this. I just have given Python and while-loop.py. So this is the name of the file, and this file has some instructions, and I have just executed it. So what is that particular file contains, I'll show you. Okay, so this is how we can execute a program which is written in a file. And we have got one more method of using IDLE, so which I'm going to explain that also.